Peace. Welcome back to the Voices of Reason show. I'm your host, Skilo Slim, and today we got two very inspirational guests in the building. We met them on a fly, you know what I'm saying? They came here, they was on time, but they was here before me because I was late today, you know what I mean? So, we got to show our appreciation for that. So I'm going to slide it around to you ladies so y'all can introduce yourself, whoever first.
Hi, those who know me as Pretty Brown. Also, my name is Asia Qualls.
I go by Phantom, but my name's Ronika.
Okay. It's good to meet y'all. Have y'all here. Appreciate y'all. So in our little brief conversation, y'all mentioned a project that y'all was working on.
Yes.
Can y'all want to go ahead? Don't keep me waiting. I can't,
Well, the name of our project is called Greater Knowledge with 3 at the end. It's a spiritual-based movement. However, we do everything. We work from children 5 to however old, because you're never too old to learn.
Indeed.
We do things as edible landscaping, teaching people how to garden and make, grow their own foods, fashion designing, music, creative writing, everything. We're actually in the process of writing a musical play as well. So it's just, when they ask us what we do, I like to just say we do it all. Everything, every aspect. If we don't know it, we're gonna learn it and teach it. So we do it all.
That's dope. That's dope. So how long ago did y'all, because that's like a big thing, and that's like most people don't think about everybody else in that way. It's like if they got a skill, they're gonna try to get some money off of it.
Right.
And they don't think about everybody. So like how long did it take for y'all to say, hey, like, because you get that conversation of, hey, this would be dope, and then it's that conversation like, what we gotta do to start?
Well, about a year ago, we've been knowing each other since we was about 14, 15 years old, but we ended up losing contact. About a year ago, we ended up bumping into each other. I was going through my own things, she was going through her own things. And as we was catching up, we was both like, wow, we're both smart. Right. So, just playing around and stuff, we used to just make jokes like, yeah, we could do this, just fake business planning. Right. However, when this year approached, once again, we both was going through our own things, and it started off as a spiritual sisterhood where women came together, worked out together, read, research, just learn new things together. And from within that sisterhood, it just like, let's just teach everybody. And just grew into this big old whatever. I started having people hitting me up talking about they want to volunteer, they're down with it. Like, I was like, okay, so that's why it's called Greater Knowledge, like just learning more in each field.
Exactly. Like this literally just came about, last month?
Yeah.
So we already got everything in work. So
right, like, yeah.
Going with the flow right now.
That's dope. That's dope. What was one of the biggest challenges of making everything happen to this point?
The biggest challenge to me was, first of all, getting everybody on the same page. Like, you have to find a group of people that you could trust, because loyalty is everything.
Indeed.
Like I mentioned before, I'm spiritual, so I'm big on the truth and stuff. I'm not going to get into that. However, when you talk about the truth or you put yourself out there to, to better your community, you are putting a target on your back. Right. So loyalty is the biggest thing for me. So finding a group of people we can trust that wants to, that has the same intentions as us, that's not trying to get rich, who's not trying to get it off a clout or anything like that, who just purely want to help the community.
Right.
And the second part is funding. There's not a lot of sponsorships that help with funding. There's a few places actually in Omaha who say they help the community, but when we come with our ideas, they want to take our ideas but put their names on it and don't let us volunteer, so that's when we're like, what, we can make this money on our own. So that's why this is like 100% self-made. All the money, all the funding is coming from us because we don't have a lot of support.
Yeah, that's the best way, I think, anyway. Because like you said, you was talking about the truth, like I see truth as the power, like the power in the light, you know what I mean? So it's like it can't be denied.
Yeah.
So it's like it's better to just do your own thing when you deal with the truth, because it's like you said, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
But
that's one thing about it. This is like solely my passion. So like for my culture, if that means I got to put a target on my back to break generational curses, then that's what I'm going to do. Because I have a 5-year-old son, and if I got to make the world better for him, and I know like little old me in Omaha, how can you influence the world? But I have a vision, and I feel like ever since I came up with this movement, everything's just been enlightening me. Like, everything is coming to me naturally. That's how I know I'm not doing nothing wrong. Like, we bumped into, like, this was never planned.
It's a humbug.
Right, so everything's coming natural to me. That's, like, reassuring me that I am in an alignment of my desires. So I feel pretty confident about it.
That's peace. That's peace. So what's your favorite part? What's your favorite part about it? Like because you said you do like gardening, like all these different things. What's your favorite thing? Like,
Mine's personally is music and writing because I, love to do that. I've been doing that since like 3rd grade. So, just to come up to kids and they want to do that type of thing, and it's just like they want to write their own books. Like 5-year-olds coming up to me saying that. It's just like what? Like, it's just crazy.
yeah, that is dope too.
So
That is dope. Cause I be seeing the babies all the time. They want to do everything you could think of.
Yes, it's crazy.
And they really, if you show them how, they'll really start doing it.
Exactly, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Right.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
We're gonna make sure they follow their dreams and don't forget about it.
Right.
Definitely. That's a beautiful thing. What's yours?
My favorite part, well, this past Juneteenth, we was part of the Juneteenth parade. And even though it was a little stressful, my favorite part was the arts and crafts. Like, I'm not Picasso,
Right.
but I kind of showed out on the parade. So I think I'm gonna step more into the drawing field a little bit more too. But arts and crafts is definitely my favorite part. It definitely is. That's the funnest part.
Yeah, painting and drawing. Yeah, I can't draw for nothing in the world, but I love to draw and doodle and all that.
Right,
So I feel you. It's like I don't know, just release something. In my mind, it'd be like, I'm gonna draw me a cruise ship, and it just don't be working out.
Yeah.
It don't work out at all, but it's fun. I like doing it. I enjoy doing it.
Right.
So I definitely understand that. So what's the so how can people get in touch with you and get involved in what y'all doing? Because I definitely would hope that people will hit y'all up after this to get involved, because it's a lot of people that I see that's in the city that said the same thing that you said, of how they want to do something, but finding the funding, the people who actually want to work on the projects and getting them together is like the hardest part.
Right. Yeah.
So don't feel shy about like saying, where y'all can get in touch with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. We actually, our page is under construction right now, but you can find us on Facebook at Greater Knowledge, knowledge with a 3 at the end. You can add that page and then also like it. We're going to be keeping people updated. Like I said, we're still in the process of getting everything together. We actually have a project right now with another one of my partners. Her name's Vonnie Johnson. She's getting a house together for a group home. We have a lot of projects, but we're kind of keeping those kind of quiet and just going to surprise the city with it. But follow us on Facebook, Greater Knowledge, and we'll definitely be able to get in contact with you. You can be able to see our updates on everything.
Right on. Okay, I gotta ask. Like, I don't know if it's top secret, but what's the 3 signify?
To be honest, at the parade, I was letting everybody come up with their own definition. I heard some people say 3D, everything. Me personally, 3 stands for third eye. I know when people say third eye, they're misinformed of what it truly is. A third eye is actually your pineal gland that's located in the middle of your skull. It's something that's physically in us, actually science and
prove it's there,
astronomy. Yes. So with the third eye, it's like waking it up. If you're able to access your pineal gland, you're able to use your brain to a certain capacity.
Right.
So when I say knowledge with a 3, we're awakening that third eye with knowledge that was already instilled in us through DNA. But because of society, the foods and everything, we lost it. To be honest, we were way more smarter as children than we
are now.
Yeah, like all the knowledge I had got, I gained in my 20s.
Right.
So that's why I just want to really try to open up that pineal gland, open up those chakras, balance out emotions, just break generational curses.
Right. It's like the knowledge of yourself.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, self-awareness.
Right. Yeah, that's the most valuable thing in our community.
Yep.
That's my opinion. Like, all the majority of the problems that we see, that's like internal problems, come from the lack of knowledge of ourselves.
Yes. Definitely, and self-hatred. That's why another part of our movement, we have self-love, self-affirmations, teaching you how to say affirmations every morning. Because self-hate is very big in the Black community, especially as children, especially as Black little girls. So we try to instill that self-love, how important it is. Like, self-love is by eating right. Self-love is making the right decisions. Like, just love yourself in every area that you can, so you can be the best you can be.
Indeed.
Because the only competition is yourself.
Right.
The only competition. That's the thing I try hard to break down in the city as well, is that feeling to compete.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, we talking about, well, I don't know, maybe people talk about different things, but I'm talking about, like the saving life mission, you know?
Right.
Like we do this show to inspire other people.
Right.
Like I'm hoping either y'all will come and inspire people, or people will see me and be like, that's how that dude do his show?
Right.
I can do way better than that. And then they actually go and do their show. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's no competition. Like,
Exactly.
so it's like, you know, I'm definitely glad that my brother stopped y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we all about. Like,
Yeah.
it's so important for movements like y'all. You know,
Yes.
I appreciate y'all really, you know,
appreciate
getting in
you.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
definitely,
definitely
it's love.
appreciate being on this show.
Oh yeah, it's love. It's love. This is what we do, you know, like come here, we talk to people, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't just gotta talk about y'all thing, you know, you could talk about what you're passionate about,
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of people seeing you because it's like I said, it's certain challenges.
Yes.
You know, like y'all, like the challenges you laid out. I'm sure it's a bunch of, like we all got other things that happen. You got your private, personal stuff you've been dealing with
Yeah.
forever. So then it's like a new project on the table, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people stop at the personal issues.
Yeah.
So if they can see people like y'all, you know, we can all be doing our thing, because that's what I want to see. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's exactly like that's why it's a movement. It's not a group or anything. It's just a whole movement doing everything. Anybody can join or volunteer.
Right, right. So with the gardening part, right? Because you said it a different way though. You didn't
Edible
say
landscaping.
Edible landscaping. What drew you to that? Like,
My son actually, we were watching some show one time and he was talking about the plants or whatever. I don't know. He said something about some fruit. And I was like, oh, those come from the ground. He's like, those come from the ground. And I was like, yeah, you got to buy the seeds. And he's like, why don't we got no seeds? And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. So I went, got some seeds, and I just fell in love with it to the point I'm giving everybody, somebody hit me up, here's some seeds, take some soil. Like, I'm giving it to everybody. And it was like, you know what? I want to start a landscape where I go by elementary schools or parks and I plant like, you know, apples, mangoes, you know, nutritional, healthy food that is easy and free to access in the, you know, community though, especially the poor community, because they don't really have stores around that supply those type of needs that we supposed to eat.
right. It's hard to find. That's dope.
Yeah.
See, I told you the babies are the greatest.
Yeah, they are. My son inspires me in so many days. It's ridiculous. For him to be only 5, he's very, very creative. Very creative. But I make him meditate. I make sure he knows he's intelligent and everything, all at 5.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's definitely peace. That's the best way to do it. Excuse me. Because I was thinking, when you said that, like edible landscaping, and at first I'm like, oh yeah, gardening, that's dope. You know what I mean? Because I definitely like to see those going. There's a lot of community gardens around.
Yeah.
I want to see a lot more though.
Yeah.
'Cause you get a feeling. I don't know. Like you get a feeling from planting something, and then like you see how much.
It grows.
Yeah, like one tomato plant. Like
Exactly.
all of us here right now can eat off of a tomato plant for the year. It's gonna have probably too many.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, I don't even know what we're gonna do with it.
Right,
It's like,
and that's the point I'm trying to make, because I don't understand how we have people, you know, hungry, or, you know, we have to do all these canned food drives and stuff like that, and it's like, why don't we just plant these? Why don't we make even more? Like, yeah, like you said, we have a lot of community gardens, but where are they really located?
right.
Like, and then when you go deeper north, you find one every how many, like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nowhere near enough. And like I said, my main thing is the children. As long as they're at the park and stuff like that, like just having that easy access fruit.
Right. Because that's what we used to do. We used to eat mulberries when I was a kid. Like, go home for lunch? Nah, that's cool. I just eat these.
Yeah.
My mama might make me stay in. I'm not on that, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's you right about that. And, too, like, it might sound crazy, but we do got to teach the babies because they won't even understand.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, like, they don't know unless we tell them, like, hey, a banana
Right.
comes off a tree. They might not even know it. To them, a banana come from the grocery store.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
like that's where we always go. So it's like real important to get them in touch with that part. You know, I'm all for the babies too. Like right now, we short staff. It's just, you know, me and my brothers was the only ones who can make it. But usually, you know, we got all kind of people around, our babies, our family that come
Yeah.
and help us out because it's like I said, it's all about inspiring them.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, it could be a garden in every yard.
Exactly.
Really, and that's crazy because like a yard used to symbolize that you had enough money that you didn't have to plant and grow your own food. So you had enough, this land just do nothing.
Right.
We ain't in that position right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need the front yard and the backyard to make money. If we can make money, feed us, save us money, something.
Exactly, and that's what I want to do. I really want to bring that to the Black community, like gardening, having more black farmers, like, you know, because children, they laugh at it. They like a farmer and laugh, like, do you know how much a farmer makes?
Right.
Like, do you know the benefits of them farming?
Exactly.
Like, imagine you doing that in your community and keeping it in your community.
Definitely.
Like, it's just edible landscape and gardening food is so important, really, really important.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you on that. So when it comes to all the programming, like, do each of you have like a different specialty, or do y'all just work together
It's
on
a
like
little
everything?
bit of both. I work more on the music side and writing side, and she's more on, like the garden and, you know, teaching spirituality and meditating and everything.
All right, we're actually still in the works, and I'm still looking to find a lot more people to volunteer.
Yeah.
Like I said, Greater Knowledge is still under construction. We don't really plan to make any significant moves within these next 2 months. However, we are building our platform for us to be able to make moves. So as right now, when it comes to teaching, I cover all aspects. Like she does more of the music side, but when it comes to anything else, I'm basically covering all the aspects until I find a leader for each one. And that goes back to loyalty and me looking for people and interviewing them, because I can't have everybody in my circle.
Right.
And I can't have everybody represent Greater Knowledge if they don't have a good public image, if they're wilding out on social media, if they're at the club with nothing on. I don't want to have no parts of anybody like that. So that's why it's kind of a slow upcoming. However, when it does come to the movement taking place and how we will be doing the classes and teaching, I'm at least looking to have about at least 7 people on my squad to, you know, be able to rotate around
Right,
things. And I'm definitely looking for younger young males, because I'm going to have an athletic part too. We also have dancing, athletics, cheering, and we have it all.
Basketball, everything.
All, like
Literally
everything. Because like I said, like I'm a jack of all trades just in general. So
Right.
anything that I don't already know, I can learn and be able to teach.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so y'all mentioned a screenplay too.
Yes.
Like, what kind of stories are y'all trying to? Because you don't got to tell us what it's all about and all that, but just
What to say?
yeah, you don't have to do all that. But just like, what type of stories do you want to
Just
tell?
to,
Like, what?
just to outline this musical play that I'm writing, I'm actually putting a lot of heart into it. It's going to be kind of off of my childhood story and growing up. You know, it's not fully based on me though.
Right,
It's going to be an inspirational musical, saying that regardless of what situation, where you came from, how old you are, anything, it's never too late.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be pretty deep. I'm actually planning on partnering up with another youth center, a youth organization. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but she wants to help me write it. So this might be a big thing. So,
Yeah,
but that won't be coming until about next year.
Yeah. No, that's dope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You gotta do it right. I know. So we had wrote a sitcom. I had wrote a sitcom. It took a long time. It took a lot. Because at first I kept second guessing myself
Right.
and restarting.
Right.
Then I got over that, and it was like, okay, boom. But the hardest part, like you said, is getting people all, you know, because I'm not rich, you know what I'm saying? So I don't got the money to get people to commit to doing things. I got to find people that's like, hey, I want to do it. I don't care.
Because you got a passion for it.
Right.
See, with me, I feel like being rich is a state of mind. So
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
opinion, I am rich, and as long as I continue to follow my dream, everything will happen naturally.
Right.
I mean, of course, I'm gonna have to do the groundwork. Of course, not everything's gonna follow in my way, but that's one thing with me being spiritual. I understand that I'm gonna be in line with my desires regardless, as long as I put that positivity out into the universe, as long as I have good intentions, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing without malicious intents
Right.
or trying to, you know, bash anybody, I'm gonna make it regardless. I was just told the
Indeed.
other day, like, my success is inedible. Like, I'm gonna make it.
Right. Exactly.
So
That's
with
real,
the
though.
funny or with anything, like, it's gonna happen. I don't know how, I can't tell you, but watch.
Yeah.
It will happen.
Yeah.
And I
As long as we
promise
keep
that.
moving, yeah, we
It's
can get to
going
where
to
we're
happen.
going. Right.
Like, because
Indeed.
within me coming up with this movement, sharing it with her, and within these last few weeks, not few weeks, within these last few months, like
This is literally like
I can't
it's
explain
crazy.
it. Like,
And
it's
everything's
just
been
being
moving
in
so
alignment.
fast.
Right, we're synchronizing with everything. The radio talking to us, like
That's dope.
it's weird. Like
Like,
when when you're meant to do something, when everything around you, it's reminding you of that one thing. Right? If you just turn on the radio, just want to listen to something like, what did it just say?
Right.
Thinking you going crazy. That's why I know. Like regardless, like with my success, all I want to do is help the community. That's the only thing I want out of it. So I'm a win anyways.
Right, indeed. When you live righteously, you know,
Right.
things come the way they're supposed to.
Exactly.
That's the same way I live my life.
Yeah.
I try to always be righteous. Everything I do, just do the right thing. Simple.
Yeah.
Like, it's not spooky.
Right.
It's not scary. Like, you just do right. Like, oh, damn, he dropped his wallet. Hey, bro, you dropped your wallet.
Right. Yeah.
That's all it takes, you know?
Yeah.
That's all it takes. So would you have any advice for someone who was like maybe where you were 7 months ago and they want to do something? Because he is still fresh, so it's like, what would you, if just any advice that you would
Okay.
offer?
Well, with me, 7 months ago, believe it or not, true story, I was in a homeless shelter with a felony warrant, waiting to turn myself in. And at that moment in time, I was not thinking about no business. I wasn't thinking about anything. My advice is believe in yourself. Because I'm 23 years old, but I didn't start living until I came up with my business.
Right.
I sit here and I think, what was I doing all this time? What was I thinking about? I was just going to work and coming home. Like,
Yeah.
like, and when I did my business, which is actually my true passion, my dream, something I don't mind die doing, but I don't know, my life basically didn't start till I followed my dreams. So my best advice is it's going to get worse before it gets better. I've had a crazy life since 8. I might have an innocent, good girl smile, but I didn't seen every corner of everything. So my best advice is just believe in yourself, continue to be a good person, no matter how hard life gets. If you're a good person, stuff is gonna work
I
out.
got you. Don't worry. It happens all the time. That's actually secretly one of my goals, you know what I'm saying, to get everybody comfortable. But anyway, though, that's peace, though, right there.
Yeah.
Because you're right. That's a key thing. You know, that's a
Right.
jewel right there. I know you got a nugget too. You got something. You don't gotta be shy. Don't worry. Only 7 people watch our show, so you don't gotta be nervous.
7 months ago, what was I doing? I was in school, but I was messing up bad because I was focused on my personal life. Like, school's always going to be there. I need to worry about paying these bills, you know?
Right,
and I
right.
just should have just stuck with it and just finished. You know, I only got 1 more year, then I'll be a psychologist, you know?
Right.
So it's just like, I have to get back into school, get back into doing what I love to do because the passion of it. Bills, I can worry about that stuff later. It's always going to be there too. So
Yeah.
my advice would be just keep going. Like, don't let nothing stop you. Your personal things always going to be there. Bills
Right.
are always going to be there.
No
You can
doubt.
take care of it. So just follow your dreams.
Yeah. Definitely.
You're never too old for it. I'm 24, so
Right.
still
right.
going. Got a lot of time.
Right.
No doubt, no doubt. That's a jewel right there. See, I hope y'all listen, pay attention to that, because it don't get no realer than that. Like, don't stop, because I mean, we gonna all have crazy situations. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where it might be seem like it's gonna never change. I done had so many in my life now. You know, like I'm in my 30s, so it's like I didn't have moments I thought I wasn't gonna make it past. Like, you know, so it's like, and I know other people feel that way. You know, but pardon me. So, okay, can you let everybody get your contact information again?
Yes, you can add and like our page, Greater Knowledge with a 3 at the end.
Facebook.
Yeah, our personal Facebook. You can add me on Facebook, Pretty Brown. I actually have dreadlocks, but I try to do something different today. But you're gonna see me with some dreads in the picture. That's me, Pretty Brown.
And you can look up mine. It's just Ronika Hall. I probably don't know how to spell that. It's RODNIEKA and then Hall. So you'll see me on Facebook and SoundCloud too.
SoundCloud too? Oh yeah, you have to
I'm
check
on
it out.
there.
I always be messing with the artists. We gotta hook up. We gotta do something, doing a documentary.
For real?
Yeah. So we trying to get all the independent artists. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you about it. We only got like 2 minutes.
We can talk.
But I want to say thank y'all for coming. You know what I'm saying? And that we appreciate the work y'all doing.
Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying? And if nobody else don't tell y'all, like, we proud of that work, you know what I'm saying?
Thank
Even
you.
though I just met y'all and all that, like, to see y'all doing something positive give me motivation, you know what I'm saying? It should motivate our community, you know? And I mean, I just feel like as a nation, like, we can't rise no farther as a nation than as our women do.
Right.
So if ain't nobody taking care of our women, our sisters out here, and y'all gotta do it yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got at least our support, and you know what I mean? And I wanna see y'all go as far as y'all can, you know? Like, I appreciate y'all coming, not tripping with me when I was late, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, that's the end of the episode. Take with you, like you see here, like we see every time you see the show, you can do things that you might not necessarily know that you can do. If you dedicate your life and you live righteously, you'd be surprised what you can attain. So with that, I'm gonna say peace, and we'll see y'all next time.